All right, Four on the Floor brought to you by Citywide Banks. 4 topics. We're doing it early today because we're loaded on the back end of the show with guests.
So you don't want to go away.
30 seconds for him, 30 seconds for me on each topic. When you hear the ding, move on. Let's do it. Number 1. Should the NFL add playoff teams?
Sure.
There's talk right now. They're going from 12 to 14.
Yeah. I only got 30 seconds, so I won't get into it. 2 more teams. Why not? We like to see the playoffs. That's what they play for. Put more teams, more money for, as if the NFL doesn't have enough money. But we want playoff teams, more football. I want 18 games. I want more playoffs. I want them to play through April and May. I'm much more interested in games than I am all this bull that's going on, they're meeting. They're going to make a slight change in wide receiver rules. Yes, more playoffs.
You want 18 regular season games and more playoffs. You don't give a damn about the health of the players, but that's a subject for another day. I think there will be a trade-off eventually. They will add more playoff teams, and that will be the trade-off for not adding more regular season games, and the Players Association will be okay with that. But right now, I don't want more playoff teams. I like it just the way it is. I think it's perfect. That's why the sport is as popular as it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So the popular sport's not going to be popular anymore because they added 2 playoff teams.
Second question. Phillip Rivers for 3 more years in San Diego, or should they make a fresh start and draft Mariota? Now, Rivers has 1 year left on his deal, I believe. 1 year. So he could be a free agent after this year. Should San Diego bring him back, or should they draft Mariota?
Oh, sure. Phillip Rivers has been a major part of the Chargers for a long time, and they've been a part of him. He would like to accomplish something that he hasn't done there, and that's try and win a Super Bowl. He's been a loyal player for the Chargers. He has really tried hard. He had back problems after having a MVP-type first half last year. I think Mike McCoy has done a nice job with him. I'm not a big fan of Mike McCoy's overall coaching, but I think he's kind of trained him in the Peyton Manning mold. They have made some improvements, including a guy, Orlando Franklin. Stay there. River runs through it.
He's been a very good quarterback for the San Diego Chargers. He's still relatively young. I think he's only 33, 34. He still has probably 3 or 4 good years left.
We say that now because we compare him to everybody to Peyton Manning. Well, he's young.
Well, he's also. I'm also told he is absolutely one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league, and any number of teams would love to have him. He's got a lot of football left in him. They've got to do a better job surrounding him with talent. Mariota's no lock. I mean, there are a lot of people that don't believe Mariota's going to be a good NFL quarterback. He's going to be a high draft pick, but nobody's convinced about Mariota. So, yeah, you keep Phillip Rivers.
Pro Bowl in Brazil, good idea. Why not?
Why?
Right.
Go ahead. Sorry.
You go.
No, it's your 30 seconds.
Give me a little extra time
before
you ding me because he's using up my time. The Pro Bowl, I loved it in Hawaii. I'd love it in Brazil. They could go to the beach there, and we'd see what do they call those swimsuits?
Speedos.
Well, no,
bikinis.
No, they're worse than bikinis.
Topless.
Well, that's more. Yeah, thongs. Thank you. Yeah. Well, they called them like what do you use to get stuff out between your teeth?
A toothpick?
No.
Floss.
Dental floss. That's what those swimsuits are. I think it'd be great to go to Brazil.
Why would they go to Brazil? I don't understand. Why would they go to Brazil?
Well, can I explain? All right, so we're in debate.
There's not going to be anybody in the stands.
Where was the World Cup?
It was in Brazil.
They have a great stadium there.
They've got like 7 great stadiums now.
And don't you think the people of South America should deserve to see the Pro Bowl?
Why? Why?
Well, they would know. They would know that it was a bad game.
That's true.
They go,
That's
wow,
a good point.
This is great.
That's a good point. Brazil? Yeah, what the hell?
See, I turned you around.
All right, last. Is crying okay in sports? And let's take a look at this video first before you answer this question. It's the young lady from Villanova who, after her #1 seeded Wildcats lost to NC State over the weekend, they still had to play the team fight song, and she was crying all the way through it. Aww.
Okay.
Is crying okay in sports?
I've got 3 points to make here.
Okay.
This is the same young lady her name is Roxy. Same young lady. She's been on Jimmy Kimmel. She's made a lot of hay out of this and money out of this. She tweeted one of their players early in the year and said, "Don't be a crybaby."
Seriously?
I bet you didn't know that.
I did know that.
You didn't know that. So she's doing what she accused one of the players of, being a crybaby. Number two, I am of the Tom Hanks school. There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in piccolo playing. And the other point I'd like to make is there's a great joke about a piccolo player in church, and if you ever want to know what it is, come up to me on the street and I'll tell you, because I can't tell you on television.
There's no crying if you're playing the piccolo because your tears stream down your face and go into the little hole that you're blowing in, and then instead of hearing actual piccolo sound, you hear and that's why you shouldn't cry when you're playing the piccolo. And I think crying's okay in sports. I mean, if you've lost a big game and it's the end of your senior year, I had Joseph Young the other night, the great Oregon point guard. He cried after the game when Oregon was knocked out. I have no problem with that.
Well,
it's human emotion. It's natural.
I cry when my father died. I don't cry over a basketball game.
I cry. Do you cry at the end of movies?
Never.
No?
No.
I do. I cry.
I get some more popcorn. But it wasn't crying. It's a movie.
I
It's
know.
a movie.
But if it's a good movie, it feels so real.
Oh, well, you should go see Kingsman. You'll cry at the end of that movie. You'll go, man, I can't believe there was so much carnage.
All right, that's Four on the Floor, brought to you by Citywide Banks. It's a family-owned, Colorado-focused business bank. They have 12 locations across Denver and Boulder. They have more than 25 services that businesses need, and they also have they are a passionate supporter of more than 150 Colorado charities. We have a piggy bank set up back here. Whenever we swear, we throw money into it. That money will go to charity, courtesy of Citywide Banks. So, go to Citywide Banks. That's where we do our banking for this show.